It's day 7 of 10 riffs in 10 days. Let's take it back to 1978. This is, of course, the almighty Rush in the song Cygnus X1, Book 2, Hemispheres off the album Hemispheres. This song is full of all kinds of great riffs, and the 3 I want to look at today cover 3 important elements of Alex Lifeson's rhythm playing. First up is this awesome harmonic riff. This is using natural harmonics at the 5th, 7th, 9th, and 12th frets. The basic pattern is this. The first 3 notes are the same every time, and then the 4th one changes to make a melody. I love the melodic use of harmonics. It's something that Alex has done a number of times, Red Barchetta being the other one that comes to mind. The other fun thing here is the rhythm. Notice how it's never landing on the downbeat of the measures. It's always anticipating it by playing the and of 4. That keeps this sounding very energetic. The 9th fret isn't the most common for harmonics, so make sure it's ringing nice and clear. Other than that, this riff isn't that bad to play. The second riff I want to look at happens right when the vocals kick in. This covers maybe the most important element of Alex's rhythm playing, his chords. I did an entire lesson on his chord voicings, the ultimate Rush chord lesson, definitely worth checking out. This starts on an E, then goes to A, and then to F sharp. E is the root here, so right off the bat it's weaving between these different sounds. The A would come from E major, and the F sharp from E Lydian. And it's unlikely he was thinking about this, probably just reaching for chords that sound good together. And notice all these offbeats here too. The second half of the riff is this. So you have D, G, D, and then an A. And then underneath the A, the bass is going to walk up to B, C sharp, and then to D. I mentioned E being the root note earlier, but this whole section is really coming from D major. So maybe you could think of that as being like borrowed from E Dorian or something. But more importantly than that, it's more about the movement of these chords, because there's a lot of different sounds happening. The chords are switching really quickly here, and so often we're used to hearing chord changes happening every measure or every 2 measures that having them change this quickly is creating a lot of extra motion and momentum. This much movement in the chord changes makes this sound more melodic. It kind of reminds me of the intervals riff I covered earlier in this series, creating little melodic ideas within chords. Alex Lifeson was one of the OGs of this in the prog rock world. The last riff to look at happens right after the previous riff. This riff deals more with the single note side of Alex's rhythm playing and also with an odd time signature. This riff is 7 beats long. I have it written in 7/4. The riff itself is grouped as 3-2-2 as eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. This pattern happens twice in that bar of 7/4. This is a very common odd grouping of 7/8. I actually covered it in my 10 odd meters you need to know lesson. Harmonically, I'm still thinking of this as being in E. I guess you'd say E Mixolydian. Or maybe D Lydian based on that first chord. Basically the notes of A major. And pay attention to the way these notes are ringing together. And the open strings. That's helping to keep this smooth and connected. There's a few arpeggios in here as well. There's this D sus2 and an E major chord. And that idea of arpeggiating chords is something that Alex does a lot. Think Limelight, for example. But here it's done more inside of a single note based riff. So there are 3 awesome riffs from Rush's Hemispheres. What are your favorite Rush riffs? Please let me know in the comments. And I'll see you all for day 8 of 10 riffs in 10 days tomorrow. Till then, stay proggy.